Good morning, Amber.
Good morning. How are you today, Mark?
I'm doing very well. Yourself?
Very well, yes. Thank
Yeah.
you. Good to be
So,
back.
yeah, it's great to have you. I'm glad we can do these once a month updates of what's happening in the community, especially at the Lakudari Ojibwe University. So I'll let you start off the whole conversation. What's happening?
Yeah, we're just bustling with activity over here at Lakudere Ojibwe University. And I guess want to start by giving a big shout out to our students that are traveling for the AHEC Student Conference coming up this weekend in Albuquerque. So we have 10 students and chaperones going. And again, AHEC is the American Indian Higher Education Consortium, and it is, the consortium of all the tribal colleges. So just that collective voice, lobbying,
Okay.
on the Hill. And but just the student conference is really great because it brings the students together and they compete in all these different categories. But the networking is so important, and just that kind of camaraderie and stuff. So we're really excited for the students, and again wish them the best while they compete in Albuquerque this
Yeah.
coming week.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Uh,
Other than that, we are in full recruitment mode. So right now, we are recruiting for our B term for the spring semester. So if you are out there and you are still interested in attending for this semester, there is still time. So for brand new students, the registration deadline is coming up tomorrow. So you have to go to our website at lco.edu, go through the application, and then you have a full week until March 10th to get registered for classes. And so B term is a little different. So we kind of break the full semester up into two parts, and so it's an 8-week accelerated term. We have a lot of gen ed courses available. We have some human services courses available. So kind of a limited offering, but again, still, if you're ready for college life right now, and that it's the great time to join in.
are these classes then a longer period class that are held? Is that the acceleration part of this, or how is that different from a normal semester?
Right. So if you're, a typical semester, you might, for a 3 credit class, you're in class for 3 hours a week. This again would kind of double that. So again, you're in class then like 6 hours a week
Wow.
for those
Okay.
for those 8 weeks. So it is very accelerated, and to be considered full time then just two classes. But so
Oh,
it can
okay.
be manageable, and again, it's kind of just taking on a shorter or a smaller amount of classes in a shorter amount of time. So some
Sure.
students really enjoy it, and others, it's you have to stay committed, and it's all about dedication.
Yeah. Okay. What else is happening?
Well, we are really excited. I don't know, it's kind of been out in the news and that, but the university has received some funds, some congressional funds to start some single student housing. So,
Okay.
like a dorm project, and that's something that has been talked about for many many years. And so again, within this next coming year, we're hoping to see some ground breaking for that project. And again, being able to offer housing is crucial, especially in the what's going on here as far as the region and just the lack of housing. But again, that can be a draw for students coming from the outside to join
Sure.
the university. So really excited about that project, and it definitely ties in to the university's master facility plan. And so right now, the university is working with the tribal governing board on um, space and lease utilization and just kind of what that's going to look like. But again, long term, just really great news for the university as far as expansion of services and offerings and programs to really meet the needs of the community.
Yeah. And not to get too far off topic, what has happened with the expansion? I know these are really long term, big idea sort of plans to
Mhm.
rebuild out at the farm property. Where was that, and has that changed a little bit?
Great question. So it's in conjunction with it. So part of that master
Okay.
facility plan, there is a food sovereignty building that will be built out on the same um, kind of area
Sure.
with the main campus, and so it will be tied to it, and really to provide more of that food sovereignty topics and structure to that fits right in, with what we do in our agriculture and natural
Right.
resource department, but more ties into the community. So we're
Okay.
definitely looking forward to that. And that's something right now too that we're looking at funding for from the National Science Foundation. So a lot of things just kind of rolling at the same time here, and just really great time to be a part of the university family.
Sure. And just to maybe identify, the single student housing then would be closer to the current campus of the university?
It will actually still be on that footprint north, so off of
Oh,
Romo
okay.
Road. So yep, all of that, the master facility plan will be kind of built
Okay.
out around that area, and have a little separation. But again, working on shuttle or transport or trail system.
Mm-hmm.
Again, just
Right.
kind of looking at all kinds of ways again to create that access then between the 2 points.
Sure, sure. Well, let's talk about, you have here on your notes a bachelor's degree in biology.
Oh, this is really exciting. So something in the science area that we've been working on for a while. So we've had an agriculture and natural resource program here for, since the late 90s. And now, again, as kind of our suite of offerings have increased, we are now at the point for um, starting that bachelor's program in biology. So we will start taking applications for fall semester and piloting that,
Mm,
and seeking approval by the Higher Learning Commission. But the curriculum is set and ready to go. And so really exciting time if you are a alum in that area and want to come back. Again, just jumping right in as a junior and finishing out 2 years for your bachelor program. So really exciting. That's in conjunction, we have a grant from the USDA National Institute of Food and Agriculture,
okay.
like an egg
Wow.
equity program that's really helped
Hmm.
us be able to accelerate and be ready for that program.
And where can people, who should they contact then to express the interest in that
So that
bachelor in biology?
Yep. So if they're an alum or coming back for that program, they
Okay.
would apply at lco.edu, go through that application, and then they would just put in their the biology program.
Okay.
Yep.
And now that we're getting into the spring bee term, and now we're going to look into the future of summer and fall recruitment, what kind of things are you doing for that?
Yeah, so summer is a great time if you are thinking about starting, your college career then. It's again an 8-week term. So again, that kind of acceleration, take a
Oh,
couple classes.
hmm,
Or, we also do transfer. So our credits will transfer any other university. So taking some gen eds with us. Maybe if the students are just coming out of high school, they could start here over the summer, gain some credits, and then transfer those out. So our programs again offered fully to the community. We have open enrollment, so it's always a good time to get a start on your education. So we
yeah.
have the gen eds, we have human services classes. There's quite a bit that's offered, and that spring or that summer calendar here will come out in the next couple of weeks. So students and community should be looking for that on our website.
I've always told other young people or even older people that are looking at going into this education realm, I said, just take a one credit class just to get started, and feel what that college life is like or university life is like. And then, just get these gen ed credits taken care of, and then you can figure out your majors later. Just don't think about that now. Just get in with a one credit
Right.
class at least.
Right. And we, through the continuing ed department, we have a whole suite of one credit courses. And that's where we've seen a lot of community members, like, I don't think I can do, school. I don't want to come
Right.
back. I've been out for so many years. And those one credits, and whether it's coming back for a cultural activity or an arts course or moccasin making or jingle dress making, just coming into the campus and getting acclimated
Right.
and meeting other people and stuff. And we do see a lot of students then that enroll based on coming out of one of those, kind of community ed offerings. And it's great.
Hmm.
They kind of have that confidence then that, hey, yeah, I can do this, and so really sometimes it's just about walking in the door and really then understanding that you have this amazing network of people here that are willing to support you and help you every step of the way, and that that the student success is what is our success. And so
Yeah.
again, working at whatever that student's level is and building them up. I think that is one of the great things that Le Coudray Ojibwe University does.
Yeah, and that leads right into student support services and some financial aid or emergency aid. Talk about those things.
Yeah, so and that's, one thing, students are not alone in this process. And I know right now there are hard times out there in the
Yeah.
economy and inflation, and it's really hard to make ends meet, and we really want to do whatever we can for our students to assist them in that. So, we look at 75% of our students receiving financial aid. We do also have a suite of scholarships available, internal scholarships. And so those applications can come in anytime. There's 2 periods, where they're reviewed throughout the year. But if
Yeah.
students qualify in the fall, that goes through to spring. We also have emergency aid. So things like your car breaks down, or you have childcare expenses, or you're just experiencing some food insecurity. We have $500 per semester that students can request,
Oh,
and
wow.
that's
Okay.
awarded through different grants and funding streams that we have. We have gas cards, so no matter where our students are, our outreach sites, our main campus, gas cards to just get them back and forth. And also just mental health awareness and just and counseling services. So we have
Hmm.
partnered with a company called You Will. So it's an online platform, and students can make appointments with that. They receive so many credits per semester and can just, do just like this kind of video chat. They can do that with a licensed therapist and counselor.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
been a really helpful service that students have taken advantage of. And so yeah, I mean, just lots of student support things. And I think too an important one is that kind of work experience. So an internship. So here, oftentimes we hear, wow, that's really unique for a university to offer paid internships. Usually at a larger
Right.
university, it's like it's unpaid and you're
Right.
volunteering.
Yeah.
So here it's paid, $15 an hour. And for a lot of our students, that's really helpful because we work, in between the class schedule, and again, provide them that kind of that professional development as they grow
Hmm.
in their education. They also can mirror that in a career services role as far as what they then want to do upon graduation.
Yeah, and I can speak to WOJB. We've had a couple of interns here that have actually stayed on and are now employed with WOJB just through their internship here. So that's been a great program for not just the student, but for the businesses in the community who are looking for college graduate, university graduates, or who are in school that want that on the job experience. It's awesome.
Definitely. I mean, I think the benefits are everywhere. So it's really great to work with, community organizations in that way that provide that experience to the student, but then they are also getting something in return.
Yeah. Well, we do have some more time available if you want to talk about some of the extension classes that are coming up here in March. I'm not sure if you're prepared for that or your memory is full of stuff.
Yeah, so right now we're finishing out one of our youth programs, that Grow Ojibwe program that's been really successful, and the students have really enjoyed
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And then going into next month, it's really starting to look at gardening time and like a seed swap. So we have that coming up. We have actually that's coming up in April. But next month too, we brought back the CrossFit. So again, some more
Oh,
physical fitness and stuff. So that's
hmm,
been really popular. We have the Tai Chi continuing, the powwow sweat. So again, just kind of some of those wellness activities for March. And just as we keep getting snow,
yeah,
again, that those indoor physical fitness things that we can promote.
right.
We've been doing that, and a lot more art programs. We have beaded earring courses. We have, gosh, there's some sewing, there's moccasin making,
Hmm.
ribbon shirts. So just a lot of cultural, traditional arts. And so, yeah, please, if you're interested in any of those, please check out our website at lco.edu and to extension. And one of the things that we have changed is how our registration process goes. And so right
Okay.
now, all of our March classes are available. And then on March 15th, all of our April classes come online. And so you can start
Oh, okay.
registering for April classes.
Yeah, that's helpful to have that advanced registration happening.
Yes.
I just recently also received an email from your extension department about virtual grant writing course. Talk about that and how that's available.
Yeah, so that is one of our one credit offerings, and we get participants from kind of all over the region taking that, and it really walks students through the process of how to access grants, what is a grant, how do you follow it from kind of that strategic planning process as far as what is your organization's mission and vision, how does that incorporate it into the grant writing process, and then kind of taking it through from all of the different problem statements, looking at community needs, how do you access data, to then looking at what's a good reflective budget that you'd want to have, and just
Oh,
kind of
okay.
taking you through writing all the parts of the grant. So we look at a lot of differences between kind of federal, state, foundation grants, highlighting different things as far as letters of support, just all the different things that you might need. And then just searching for them too. So
Yeah.
sometimes that can be challenging. And so we kind of go through a lot of grants.gov and how to set up an account and just the different things that you would need. So it's an introductory course, but it's very thorough and it takes you through the entire grant writing process from start to finish. So that's coming up March 16th and 17th, and then March 30th and 31st. So it's a series of 4 different classes, and it goes from 8:30 to 12:30 each of those days. And so yeah, just really a lot of information.
And this is a virtual class that anybody can attend from anywhere because I'm assuming it's on Zoom or some other.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, it is on Zoom, and we've had students zooming in from California, Pennsylvania,
Wow.
Michigan, so kind of all over. But again, most of the students do come from Wisconsin and
Yeah.
the region.
Very cool. Well, Amber, thank you very much for updating us and the community about what's happening at the Lakota Ojibwe University. And I know it's been very busy. Every time I go there, there's just flurries of activities, and it's just amazing that the school is doing so well there.
Well, Miigwech for having me, and it's always a pleasure to be here and share. And again, just to reiterate that there's some really amazing things happening at this university, and we really reach out to everyone and ask you to join us.
All right. Amber Marlow, Dean of Students and Community Engagement there at the Lakota Ojibwe University. Thank you so much for joining us here on WOJB.
You're welcome. Gigawabaman.